Itch.io is a platform that I often browse to find some fun games, platformers in particular since it's my favorite genre. I came across a game called Furwind developed by BoomFire Games and wanted to give my impressions and feedback to the developer while sharing it with you all. There are a total of 3 levels in the demo, which gives you a good idea of how the game will play when it releases. As a 2D lighthearted platforming game, Furwind caught my eye with the beautiful pixel art from the trailer and screenshots. Going into the game and looking at the animations from the little fox you control, seeing his face turn into a smile or a surprised look when bouncing on jump pads was a nice touch. Little details like that may not seem like a lot, but to me it adds much more personality to the character in game. One of the things that I fear a little when playing through platforming games is how the controls will feel. Sometimes they feel stiff, too loose, or floating when moving your character around. While playing through Furwind, I didn't come across that problem. You stop pretty much instantly while moving, but not to the point of it feeling sluggish. Jumping in the air also felt great as I had complete control on the direction of my character, and during some tight jumps you make, control is something needed to be just right for a fun experience. There are a few mechanics in the demo to get used to that I wasn't sure how to feel about at the start. The bar at the top left is your stamina for your tail attack. Use it too much and you'll have to wait for a bit to use it again. This prevents spamming, and I can see this being a way for the developer wanting you to make sure your attacks count. But at the same time, it feels like it wouldn't change much of the gameplay if it was gone. Regarding the tail attack, I did have a couple issues with the hitbox. Sometimes the hitbox fell off when attacking the bees or jumping in the air. Every so often I got hit even when the tail connects with an enemy. The knockback on the tail is something that was a bit annoying as it would sometimes throw me off of a platform when attacking certain enemies. I can imagine this being worse when more enemies are present on stages later in the game. At least toning down how far you get knocked back would be a step in the right direction. I am not sure if this is just in a beta, but being able to jump on more enemies, excluding bosses or with spikes of course, will open new ways for players to handle different situations. Other than those issues, I had a lot of fun with the demo, and the third level was a good change of pace as it adds tension running from platform to platform to outrun these giant blockade of shadowy hands following you. I also like that I got a small preview of dialogue and a new upgrade to use just before ending the demo to give you a taste of what's to come. Furwind really took me by surprise when going into it, and despite some of the flaws I had with the game, the fun factor was still there, and I look forward to seeing what's in store in the final release. If you have time, go give it a shot if you're a fan of platformers, and I honestly don't think you'll be disappointed. Definitely let me know how your experience is with this game in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If this video offered any entertainment or value, then consider subscribing and clicking the bell icon to stay up to date with the latest indie gaming news and other game content I release during the week. I hope you all have an awesome day or night wherever you are, and until next time, take care.